Hello everyone, welcome to the online tutorial for Vidyabhavan Higher Secondary School. We will today start the heredity and common genetic diseases of class 10. Now we have done until the dihybrid cross for both guinea pig as well as the pea plant. So monohybrid, dihybrid, both the crosses we have done till this much. Now we will next move on to the laws. Okay, the laws that was being derived from both the monohybrid and dihybrid cross by Mendel. Now what are the laws that Mendel has derived from these two types of crosses? First law, that is which was being derived from the monohybrid cross, is the law of segregation, and the second law which was being derived from Mendel's dihybrid cross, it was the law of independent assortment. Now these two laws are very much important and you should memorize it thoroughly, but before memorizing it we should understand that what is the content of these two laws. Now let's get started. Now, as you can see, that first law, that is the law of segregation. What does it state? That factors means, what do you mean by factor? I have already explained it in the previous videos. Factors means genes, okay? That means the hereditary unit. And the factors for contrasting character in a zygote do not blend or contaminate with each other but segregate and pass into different gametes and offsprings randomly. That means, suppose I am telling there is dominant factor and there is recessive factor. They will not go on mixing up with each other. Rather, this word segregation means what? This word segregation means that is they are actually separating. They are maintaining their own identity. Okay, that means these the contrasting characters, or you can say the dominant and recessive. For example, the dominant and recessive character, they will not contaminate with each other, or they will not blend with each other or mix with each other. Rather, they will go to the gametes, respective gametes, and they will maintain their individual property. Okay, they will not mix up, they will not form a new character, but they will segregate. The word segregate means to separate. Okay, they will go into different gametes and they will retain their individual properties. Okay, and those properties can be seen in the offsprings. Now the second law of Mendel, this second law is being derived from the dihybrid cross. Okay, now what is this law? Law of independent assortment. Now what is it? The law of independent assortments means two or more pairs, or you can say factors, or you can say genes or hereditary unit, whatever, are assorted independently and may recombine randomly in all possible combinations governed by the chance alone. That means this second law is actually stating that the characters or the genes, okay, or the hereditary unit can assort among them independently, and they can combine and recombine with each other, okay, and can give rise to a new genotype. Okay, in the previous video, like in the dihybrid cross of the guinea pig, there was this one, capital B, small b, capital R, small r, these characters. So do you think that all these are dominant? No, dominant and recessive both are expressed over here. Both are actually present. Now, though in this type of genotype, this is a mixed or hybrid type of genotype, both the dominant and recessive allele, or you can say both the dominant and recessive chromosome or the gene are present, but only the dominant gene is expressed. But this genotype is much different. That means it is a mixed type of genotype. So that is why it is being said that these characters will assort independently and they will combine in a possible combination. So these are the general two laws that were derived by Mendel from monohybrid and dihybrid cross. Our next topic is that complete dominance and incomplete dominance. Now what is complete dominance? What is incomplete dominance? We will see. Now the complete and the incomplete dominance. What is it? We can see complete dominance means, what is the term dominance means? That means dominance, the word dominance means, that means the dominating character is actually dominating the recessive one. Okay, where the recessive one is being suppressed by the dominating character. This phenomena of suppressing the recessive character by the dominant character is termed as the dominance. Now there are two types of dominance. What are they? Incomplete dominance and complete dominance. At first we'll go with the complete dominance. Now what is this complete dominance? Now in Mendel's experiment we have done in monohybrid cross, capital T will be crossed with the small t. This capital T stands for pure tall and this stands for pure dwarf. Now what are the gametes coming out? Capital T and small t. Now they will recombine to form. This is the hybrid thing, capital T, small t. This is the F1 generation, we can see. Right? Now what is happening that, see, one capital T, that means one dominant character and one recessive character is present. But what character does it express? It expresses the character of the dominant one. So this is the example of the complete dominance, where the recessive character or the expression of the recessive character is totally suppressed by the dominating character. So this is called complete dominance. That means dominant character is completely dominating the recessive one. Now what is this incomplete dominance? The word incomplete means with that it is not complete. Okay, this incomplete dominance is a deviation of the Mendel's laws. Okay, in this type of dominance, Mendel's laws were not followed. Okay, so incomplete dominance means that the dominating character cannot suppress the recessive character completely. Okay, it cannot suppress the recessive character completely. Rather, the dominant and the recessive one mix up to form a hybrid character. How? We will see it. Now remember one thing, incomplete dominance is found in 4 o'clock plant, that is Mirabilis jalapa. Okay, this is the scientific name of the 4 o'clock plant. In this plant, we can see the phenomena of the incomplete dominance. Now, we will see that what is happening in case of incomplete dominance. Now, we can see the procedure of the incomplete dominance. This is the example of the incomplete dominance 4 o'clock plant. This is the scientific name of this plant, that is the Mirabilis jalapa. And this question that give the example of incomplete dominance, or always try to write the scientific name. Okay, and this question is very much important. Now we will see what is that entire procedure. Now in case of Mirabilis jalapa, what we are taking? We are taking pure red flower plant, one pure red flower plant and one pure white flower plant. That is, it is the P generation, right? So it is pure red. Got it? And this one is pure white. So this is the pure red color plant and this is the pure white colored plant. Got it? Now the gametes will come out. It will produce capital R. Actually 2 gametes. Let me illustrate it. Otherwise we will not be able to understand. 2 gametes are coming out. Same process like the monohybrid and the dihybrid cross. Over here also 2 gametes are coming out. So these are the gametes. Right? Now what will happen? What is the next thing? That they will actually intercross. Okay? So this capital R will intercross with this small r, producing this one, and this capital R will again be intermixing with this small r and will be producing this genotype. So this is the thing. Now this is the F1 generation. Till this much I think we are not having any problem. Now the cross begins. I mean the checkerboard. Now this is the checkerboard. This is number 1, number 2 and this is number A and B. Just for your understanding. Okay. So this is done. Now what we will do, we will multiply this 1 with A and B. That means what we are getting, capital R, we are getting over here capital R, small r. Now number 1 row is done. Next is number 2. Same multiplied with A and B, capital R, small r, small r, small r. Now more or less the same. That means same as kind of the monohybrid cross. What is the difference? This is obviously both the capital R present. That means capital R stands for pure red. So this one will be pure red because both are dominating character and it is the pure red color. Next coming one red and one white. Okay, now you can say that as it is red and it is the dominating character, so this will be the red color. No, this will be the pink color, because this red color and white color will mix up to form this pink color. That means you can see that the dominating character cannot suppress the recessive character completely. Okay, that is why the intermixing of the red and white color giving result the pink color, that is a pink colored flower is being formed. Similarly over here it is also pink and it is pure white. Understood? Over here the hybrid character is actually expressed, intermixing character. Understood? Dominating character cannot express itself completely. Understood? Now we will go to the phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Now let us see phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio means that we can see. What we can see? One pure red colored flower, that means one. Okay, that is the red. One red. Is two. How many pink? One, two. Two pink colored flower. That we can see. That is the phenotype. Okay. So two pink colored flower. Is two. How many pure white colored flower? One. So one. White. Understood? So one red is to two pink is to one white. So this is the phenotypic ratio. That means that we can see. Okay. Now coming to the genotypic ratio. What will be the genotypic ratio? What is the genotypic of this one? RR. That means one will be RR. Is two. Now coming to the next genotype. That means capital R smaller. How many are there? Two. RR. Next is to going for the genotype smaller. How many are there? One. So one. So this is the genotypic ratio. In this case, in case of incomplete dominance, phenotypic and genotypic ratio will be the same. Understood? We have done till this much. That means the incomplete dominance and the laws of Mendel. Till this much we have done. Next day, that means in my next video, I will continue with the remaining parts of the chapter. Till then, thank you.